The Senate was stalled, 47-47. 5 Republican senators in quarantine couldn't vote, couldn't take part. Do you think we're going to get this thing done today, the $2 trillion package?
There was no need for that last night to be delayed. Sadly, the way this place works, Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer kind of hijacked the process because we've been working in task groups, and the Democratic senators have been in on all this stuff from the beginning. And if you look at their members, we were all working together. It was ready to go. And if the urgency is here, and the American public expected this morning that there'd be something delivered. And when it comes to the details, I'm a guy that likes the details to be in place. I've been here long enough. You're not going to get all those the way you like it. And we do need to make a statement, and we are covering small business. We're covering particular industries through no fault of their own. At least we'll have access to liquidity through loans, not bailouts or grants. And here's sadly, Stu, back on phase 2, we had an unemployment insurance plus up. That's exactly what the Democrats added from their point of view. We could have had that with phase 2. We've accepted that. So we all figured we would have had it done this morning. I'm still hopeful here today at noon that they've got these details worked out and we can get the thing through because the urgency is there.
There is talk this morning that we, as in the authorities, are going to throw the kitchen sink at it, put everything into it. That would mean the Fed doing whatever it takes, supplying whatever money it needs to supply, and Congress eventually coming through multi-trillion-dollar packages. Are you convinced that all of that will actually happen and happen soon?
So the first thing, phase 3, needs to happen today. And the liquidity portion for businesses in general maintains those jobs, and the companies that need it most will have access to it. But we've got the checks, we've got the plus up on unemployment insurance, and all along I said small businesses and waged workers need to be the priority. That is there. I hear then that we're trying to throw stuff in on infrastructure, on reforming Social Security, all the grab bag of stuff you normally have to contend with. I think that's shameful. So we will do what it takes because we caused it, Stu. This isn't like 2008, which was systemic. This is the classic race between flattening the curve and not flattening the economy. We're in day 8 of those 15 days. I'm anxious to get to next Monday, reassess, take everything we've learned from it and maybe modify where we need to, but I really don't think we'll get rid of the national anxiety until they see the curve flatten on the disease itself. And yes, people need to be doing what most Americans are doing, social distance. If you can work from home, fine. That's working in places like Indiana where it's a more rural population anyway. This next week will tell a lot to whether we have to go in a draconian way further with what we've been doing or where we might be able to adjust a little bit.
A lot of people are kind of annoyed that the Senate gym did not close down when everybody else's gym closed down. I'm not trying to take it out on you, Senator, but a lot of people are rather upset about that.
Well, those are just the things that happen when you're trying to get through this. And yes, look how it involved a fellow senator, Senator Paul. I mean, that's what happens. We should all be socially distancing, probably back in our home states. And I think it's sad that the process has kind of been hijacked at the last moment to where we should have had it done. We should have gotten back, and we could have a crisis here if that would cascade through the Senate. I don't know what we'd do. So that's why I'm anxious to get it done here today. And I think we've got 1, 2, or 3 votes teed up at noon is the best I understand. And if there were 3 of them, that could slam dunk the process and we'd get it done.
Okay, good stuff. Senator Braun, thanks for joining us, sir, on an important day. We appreciate it.